Good morning, afternoon, and evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. And the Winnipeg Jets have officially crossed off another RFA off the list. There was actually 6 RFAs to do, roughly. There's still Parker Ford, Tyrell Bauer, Dylan Sandberg, and Gabe Vilardi. But Morgan Barron has officially signed a 2-year deal with the Winnipeg Jets that is going to be worth just a little bit under $2 million per year. It's a 2-year deal. Interesting here. I think this might take him close to the UFA line. But for Morgan Barron, I think it's fine. I think it's fine if Morgan Barron is not a long-term Jet. I think in the short term it's okay, but also he plays in a spot in the lineup that is going to need some versatility and is going to need some transitional phasing. And what I mean by that is that Morgan Barron is most purely a fourth line forward. He's a good fourth line forward, but he is a fourth line forward. He averaged about 15 points in just over in around 70 games last year. And that's usually the Morgan Barron affair. He's a guy who usually takes a while to get going offensively. Never truly gets into third gear when he's collecting points in a game, but that's okay because most of the time he's a defensive-based forward, and he's damn good at it, might I add. Originally picked up in the wonderful Andrew Kopp trade. He was the player going back the other way, while the rest were just picks. He's had a fine tenure with the Winnipeg Jets. I don't think it's been anything spectacular, but I think he's done all that has been asked of him. Now, he might get asked a bigger task now because Mason Appleton has left. So we've talked about how Tanner Pearson could be the replacement for Mason Appleton, but it also could be Morgan Barron, or Morgan Barron could have to see himself move up on the third line with the injury to Adam Lowry to start the season. It'll be interesting to see if Morgan Barron's role on the team shifts at all at the beginning of the season or if it maintains the status quo. I think both options have viable reasonings behind them, but I'm not sure whether or not there's much he's going to redefine his game with. I think we know what we're getting when we look at Morgan Barron, and that's not a bad thing. There's always a place for those type of fourth line forwards. But you can't get too attached to them because, again, it's still a fourth line forward. So we'll see what happens with Morgan Barron. I like the signing, obviously. I'm all for this. I'm glad it's no crazy amount of salary. I'm glad it's under 2 mil. We'll see how it goes, honestly. We still have a bunch more exciting RFAs to talk about. There's a bunch of Moose contracts out there that I still have to cover. And yeah, we'll keep you updated as it happens. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Let me know down below in the comments, what do you think of the Morgan Barron contract re-signing? Let me know. I'll see you next time.